Hey y'all, it's High Priestess Jamila. Hello, all of my beautiful lovelies, my beautiful lovely witches. I got some stuff I got to get out of this house, y'all. I got a lot of cleaning up to do around here. Oh, I got some more dried roses. I need to put those in a jar. Hi, let me see how many people I'm gonna get up in here today. I gotta talk to y'all about something that's like really, really important. And you can take the advice or maybe not take the advice. You don't have to. You don't ever have to listen to High Priestess Jamila. I'd say that a lot of the people that did listen to me, they not going through it. Okay, I want to talk about something real quick. Something that is rarely talked about. Um, Here, I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to get in here. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna send out my own notification. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me do this real quick on my community wall. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's come right on back. All right. Okay. All right. So I know that, I've been getting, I get people that contact me every once in a while. And, like they want to, like, basically erect a coven with me. And that, you know what? I'm definitely going to do that. I'm definitely going to do that. That's going to be something that's in the making. It's already in the making. We don't have to meet up with each other, as far as like in person, right away. But I think that it's definitely something that's in the making. And really, to be honest with you, having a remote coven is really good. Technically, your family is supposed to be your coven, and family is not supposed to, you know, uh, do some of the stuff that they do. It makes you extremely vulnerable. It makes everybody in the family vulnerable. Okay. But technically, that's what it's supposed to be, though. But it's all good. So it's good to have friends and people that are because there are good people in this world. Y'all do know that, and I am one of them. I'm very, very trustworthy. There's no hidden agenda. I like it that way. I like it that way. I think that it's ridiculous when people do stuff like that. But here's what I want to talk about today, though. This is something that we are not going to do. And I have been on these YouTube spiritual streets for several years now. And I'm going to tell you something. What you don't want, what you don't ever want, is to be placed on the government watch list. You do not want that. Okay? You don't. And I think people need to take heed to what I am saying. You know what I'm saying? People need to take heed to what I'm saying today. Seriously. You know that the US government, they definitely have spiritual covens. Like, why would people think that these people that run this country don't have like the biggest, baddest covens? They do. They do spiritual work all the time because, I think that pretty much, their main thing is to, manage the money. I think that, there could be some improvement as far as keeping these dangerous drugs off of the streets. Okay. But it's so heavily saturated. The United States is like a melting pot. It's like you know what I'm saying? But Don't, this is what I want to talk about. And see, this is why I don't talk about our government. I don't do nothing to the government. I don't try to curse the government because when you get on that watch list, it's only a matter of time. There is no way as a witch, and I know that it's probably a lot of witches out there that, you know, they will do certain things to you know, maybe create certain laws, you know, you know, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you are a witch and you're trying to physically harm the US government. Like when you're trying to do that, okay? I wouldn't do it because you know, I've recognized people that have that issue, and see the way that my spirits work it out is they pretty much keep me out of it. I don't have nothing to do with that. Okay, I don't have anything to do with that. But I wanted to speak about it, especially for those of you that rock with me. You know, a witch that is trying to do harm to the US government is gonna have some problems. And you know, and it's because a lot of people, you know, a lot of people will make the mistake of thinking, you know, they don't have you know, spiritual covens when they do. Okay, this is one of the reasons why a lot of you guys, when they get to sending out those frequencies, there's a certain thing called Havana syndrome that many of us are not suffering from a lot of these attacks because we pretty much stay out of it and live life and connect with nature. It's not a part of what we are doing. You know, even when the government says, "Oh, we're in a recession," and then, you know, it's ill advisable for you to do that because it's a system that pretty much everybody can benefit from, you know, and when you are doing and launching spiritual attacks onto the US government, like you can say whatever you want to say about the US government, they are bad ass. They got they got and their covens and their witches. I'm not a witch that represents the United States government, so I don't work for them. If I worked for the US government, I would literally have, you know what? I would have a mansion. I would have a mansion with a moat and a knight and some horses. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, you know, I don't work for them, but I don't work against them. I have seen, and you know what? People will get angry at me, and you can't kill the messenger. Literally, you're physically incapable of killing the messenger on this because they watching. They watching. See, here's the thing. Um, And I'm not talking about some of the people that feel like they're being watched by certain spirits. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about people that have tried to manifest certain curses on the government and people that have done a lot of crazy stuff. I would have stayed out of that. Hey, Jen. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey. Man, let me tell you something. Y'all ever see that movie, The Color Purple? And when what was her name? Sophia. I think it was Sophia. When Sophia walked in and she was getting, it was one part in there where they was at the juke joint and Sophia, so I think it was Sophia that came in. It was some kind of fight getting ready to break out. And y'all remember when the musician, he said, "Oh shit, gotta go." Y'all remember that part? I wouldn't be messing with them, man. And I'm not laughing. Like, and I've noticed, like because I see a lot, and you ain't messing with them. You, let me tell you something. The U.S. government, they have witches that have the, like, literally, These witches are so pure of heart, and they are well paid millionaires. They are so pure, they can literally like cause a tsunami. So our government, they like, hey, you want to come work for us? Right? And it's okay for me to talk about this because this is allegedly, but and it's okay for me to talk about it because I don't fight against them. I don't. That's why you don't hear me discussing much about politics and stuff like that because I think that it's important to mind your own business and to just manifest. Mind your own business and manifest. So I see a lot and I'll be watching and my spirits be like, look at this, look at that, look at this. And you see certain people, I ain't talking about nobody on YouTube, but you see certain people and they'll be like lodging these attacks against the US government. And then the next thing you know, they angry and they mad and they wondering what's wrong. Then they get to throwing shit at people. Listen, leave the US government alone. I don't know if they using me to channel this message because I'm safe and protected. Okay, so I can channel this message today. I'm good. Trust me. If you done lodge some kind of attack, like I personally feel that a lot of people that are at spiritual war, and you're at war for certain reasons. I think that it's egotistical. I think that you should stop, cease, and desist. I think that it's good and it's probably important for you to bow down now. In particular, if you got these jars and bottles and stuff that you're launching against people. I think it's stupid. I think that I think that when you harm other people, you harm the collective, right? Obviously, especially if that person ain't bothering you, you got to understand when a person ain't doing nothing to you, when a person ain't trying to harm you and they just trying to protect themselves, you got to respect that. You can't be all paranoid out here, yo. And I think that that's a weakness. But I be noticing that some I've seen witches that have attacked the government and they shit don't work out well. Okay. And this is not about black or white. Although, as I mean, okay, think about it. If you're a black woman and you got power, or you're a black man and you got power, right? Your powers are developed fully. Okay. And you decide, I'm angry. My ancestors said I got to take revenge out on the government for what they did 1,000 years ago to black people or 500 years ago, however long it was. I would think about not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because technically, when you think about it, this is a difficult discussion to have. Technically, when you think about it, it's okay to move past those things, but a lot of people can't get past it. Do not like that's the one thing. When I erect my coven, when everybody is assembled, I am not going to be attacking the US government. This has created a negative butterfly and domino effect on a lot of things. And it's silly and stupid to be at war with the country that you are living in. Whatever it is that you think, whatever it is that you suspect, don't get flambéed by that government because they're government funded by the US government. They control the money. They control whether or not you can get up out of this country. You can have a passport and be like, oh shit, it's getting hot. It's getting hot in here. And I got to get up out of here. And you go to the gates And they got the authority to stop you and say, nah, you can't go nowhere. Go on over there and sit down somewhere. You think that the US government is not at spiritual war as well? And like, so like for me, you know what I do? I have a certain level of trust for our government. You know what I do? I make things real safe and calm for my family. And I practice the pagan way. Okay. I do. And I don't get involved with that because you start having problems, and that those problems that you start having are bigger than youtube.com. Okay. Now, I am of an opinion, if you live in a country, why would you be attacking the country? Like being, okay, having patriotism is, you're being smart. I mean, if you lived in a different country, but you live in America and you're attacking the American government. So whenever I erect my coven, this is going to be something that all coven members are going to know, right? Okay, like it's nothing wrong with speaking up against the government and maybe doing rituals to turn over laws, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But when you start, if they feel attacked on US soil, they are going to attack you and your family. And you're not going to be able to negate or deflect that to, some Midwestern witch. I mean, you dealing with they coven at this point. They have a large coven. They do, very large. They got them all assembled in different places, and it's not no secret to them. Okay, and you just don't do that. And I don't know why they're using me to tell this message, like I said, but I see it. And, I think that things would be better if people would stop doing stuff like that. Like, for example, I think that there was a group of witches, it was about 20 of them. They were trying to destroy Hecate. Like, I'm like, wait a minute. This is a very, very, very powerful spirit that controls, that she is a gatekeeper. They were trying to destroy the gatekeeper. Okay. I got two words for you. Slow down. Slow down. What the hell? Y'all, you can't make this up. It's about 20. You can see them. And do y'all know how, like Hecate and Kali Ma and a lot of the big name, because witches like K Leech, goddesses like K Leech or Aradia, they don't really get much, attention like some of the main goddesses or gods, okay? And like they were literally trying to, and Hecate destroyed their lives. You can't do like okay. A lot of people when they come into their powers as a witch, they say I can do anything, I can do everything. But see, that's within limitations, not personal limitations, but there's certain things that you cannot do. That's just like it would be ill advisable to try to go and you're gonna call on some god and you got a covenant. It's like, I'm upset at this person, go and destroy Papa Legba, or I'm upset with that person, go and destroy Yemi Ya. The gods are gonna look at you like, what the like what are you doing? What are you doing? So the government is the same way because of the power that they have. Government got power over you, and you're going to go and you're going to attack them to do what? So that they can attack you back? You're literally like an ant to them. They'll just smash you. That's very dangerous. And that's like automatic death magic on you. Ain't nobody put no death spell on you. What you do that for? And then get mad at somebody else. Mad at the world. Excuse me, you attempted to do harm to the US government with magic. Now you have a spirit on you. There's people that get paid like they can afford the most purest, you know what I'm saying? They can afford the most purest, most potent shit, and you got are you stupid? And you won't be remembered. Nobody will remember your name. You'll just be a tombstone. You'll be a gravestone. They'll honor you, but you still won't make a difference. Leave that alone. I'm saying it like, I don't, you know what? I never, ever, ever come across a client that's like, the government did this to me. Do you provide services to curse the government? I've never had anybody do that. Like I've seen some outlandish, unorthodox crap, like so much. And so I don't know if it's not the millennials that's doing it. It's not, because the millennials are pretty much running the government, in my humble opinion. I think it's the baby boomers that's doing it. I really do. And I don't know, like just stop. Like, I think that their spirits are channeling me there, because they're saying, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to have to hurt you. Okay. And they got those kind of like just don't do that. Okay, that would be ill advisable to do that. Like, plant some roses or something. Plant some flowers. You know what I'm saying? Take care of Mother Earth, and she will take care of you. And see, this is how you can tell that spirit is on you. It's like, for example, you can't grow nothing. You can't grow no plants. You can't grow no flowers. No food. Everything around you is dying because you done set up there and got mad at the government, and you know what I'm saying, and done actually tried to do something to them. This is different if you have a problem with the CEO of well, I can't even say Amazon, because Amazon is a huge conglomerate. Let's say somebody had a problem with the CFO of Bath and Body Works, okay, or Bed Bath and Beyond. That man just jumped off of the Jigsaw, was it a Jigsaw building in New York? And I've been meaning to do a reading on that to confirm that was some work that was done. Which, to be honest with you, I ain't about to be getting into all that mess. Like, I ask my spirits before I do a reading on anything, but I'm just saying, allegedly, or just using it as an example, having an issue with the US government, and it doesn't matter if you build the largest goddamn coven, they still gonna be larger than you. They still gonna be larger than you. This is, and in all these years, like the past couple of years, like, we ain't seen no trucks roll up and have everybody hostage in their home because everybody was all in a fritz. All that with the pandemic and everything. Oh, they gonna roll up. They gonna force us to stay in our house. They gonna come in our houses with with needles and stuff. And they didn't do none of that, and they still not gonna do none. They're not gonna do that. So I think that paranoia is what gets people, man. And like, plant some trees, maybe go out and take a long walk, by a lake or a stream or something. Relax. You are not larger than the government. I'm telling you, and a lot of people are on the government watch list, and they are not scared of you. You are not Neo in the damn now if you got a bunch of regular schmegulars that's messing with you, right? And who can like that's just like me saying I'm a part of the government because I work for the IRS. You know, I worked for the IRS for 10 years. That didn't mean that I was a part of the, you know what I'm saying? I was a seasonal data transcriber. So I ain't thinking I'm special. I ain't talking about people that got government clearance. Oh, I know this person, they got government clearance. Man, these are the higher ups. These are the people that they don't go and work at a government building every day. They don't need a badge. They sit in their homes and they meditate all damn day. These people don't even have to have a damn candle. They just think it, and it is. You think that a lot of us that have spiritual gifts, the government don't, and you cannot touch those people. Those people will end your life cycle. I'm telling you, they are, the government got the cream of the crop, which is working for them. And, you know, they eat meat. Some of them eat meat. Some of them are vegan, but some of them eat meat. And they got some people, they got them on their watch list. And I just wouldn't be doing that stuff. Like, leave that alone and leave other people alone too. You know what I'm saying? Because it just is so bizarre, y'all. It is just seeing some of the stuff that I be seeing. Leave them alone. You are not going to be rewarded. In fact, you're going to be punished severely for doing things like that. You got people that want the banking system to be torn down. You got that. It's not going to happen. Live your life. That it ain't going to never happen. Oh, we're going to tear down the system. The system works for way too many people. Why doesn't it work for you? And I'm talking about the monetary system. And they got people put into place. Like I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. It's a huge it's not a conspiracy, it just is what it is, you know. It's no different from, you know, you remember the JFK assassination, the John F. Kennedy assassination. Leave them people alone and get as much as you can, I guess, as spiritually possible out of it. That's what else can you do? What do you want? What do you want to be president of the world? Shit, you gonna turn into dust. Y'all notice how them presidents, they go into office and they start looking older. I think Biden is aging in reverse now. You know, it's crazy. Y'all notice how Biden went in, he looked older, and now for some reason, Biden actually looked like he done rewinded the clock. It's in reverse now. It's weird, man. Leave them people alone. You can't touch them people. That's just like people will hear about Donald Trump. Donald Trump filed bankruptcy. That's what I thought. Donald Trump filed bankruptcy, but Donald Trump still has $1 billion in the bank. Shut up and sit down. You know what I'm saying? It's so hilarious to me. Stop thinking, like, listen. The US government are in control for a reason. Okay? They are. And so a lot of people, when it comes to things like okay, let's talk about this. As far as like with people feeling like the US government's performs sacrifices, they don't need to damn sacrifice your life. They already got all of the power. That's just like God. Why would God need to do that when he already has all of the power? That makes no sense. Think about it. It's called common sense. And the government is like the dark mother. They ain't gonna say nothing, but they gonna let you figure it out. And if you don't figure it out, then you just don't figure it out. You gotta figure it out. What is it? What is it? You know what I'm saying? Got all this stuff happening. What is it? What is it? Who is it? Who is it? Man, listen, listen. They already, they already give you your personal rights with the First Amendment. And so there's a lot of people that feel as though they don't have any personal rights. And so I'd have to hear stories from those people. I'd have to speak to those people personally to get a better understanding. But what I'm hearing from spirit is stop trying to do spiritual work on the government. That's what they're trying to do these days. And that's when you realize that you done lost your mind. And so let's talk about as far as like with gang stalking. Okay. Now, gang stalking is a real phenomenon. Okay. But I think that some people set themselves up. That's why you don't never hear me coming on here talking about politics or the government. I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a witch, the government, if I need some help from the government or something, which I haven't needed help from the government, but I have before. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're there for. It's almost like a mama's teat or something, especially when you got messed up family or you got, stuff going on in your family. But as far as me, I'm going to take down the government. Child, you better sit your ass down before they make change. And they going to make change out of you. They going to make change out of you. Leave that alone. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. I guess you'll feel like it's worth it. It reminds me of that lady, and I don't know why they showed that lady. Y'all know that when they had raided that government office, I think it was right after they either impeached, I think right after they had impeached Trump. And that lady had, there was a few moments where I was like, God dang it, what's going on? But, for the most part, 95% of it, I was cool with it. It was cool. But y'all remember that lady that they showed that was running up in that government office and they shot that lady down? That's exactly how it is with you. Like, run up in here, bow. Just that quick, just like that. Go bury her. Go tell her family that we sorry we had to do that to her. Same thing spiritually. And you can't go and say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Man, you ain't going to do nothing. You just going to end up on their watch list. If you are, listen, witchcraft is very real. The government has already acknowledged witchcraft, possession. All of that stuff is very, very real. However, when you put yourself in a position to go up against them, you're going to lose. You're going to lose if you go up against the government. And it's stupid for you to do that anyway. What are you doing? What are you doing? And you know what? Here's another thing that Spirit was telling me, and I believe him. The government partially blames, witches that are throwing shit at them, partially blames them for the economy. So they see you as a problem. When they don't see that economic growth, then you know what I'm saying? So there's some people, and it depends on who you associated with. Like for me, I can tell like when I'm being psychic attacked or somebody trying to throw some blue shit at me, I don't worry about it. But there's some people that go overboard. They go overboard. And that's just like trying to come up against an entire empire. Now I do believe, and I'm not trying to say to the US citizens that you are completely powerless. No. If you have some kind of problem or issue, your ancestors, they'll help you through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can honestly say that because I done been through some shit. Okay. I can honestly say that your ancestors will pull you through that. and you know, but just try not to become a threat to that capacity, because I have seen people that have ended up in you know, psychiatric hospitals, because you know they hit you with that 1-2 punch, and the next thing you know, you know, it seemed like you done took all of the mushrooms in the damn forest. You and literally will lose your damn mind. People come in and you know, all of a sudden, you know, you suffering from Alzheimer's and stuff. You know, you get Alzheimer's disease and you be demented and all kind of stuff be happening to you. And then you know what I'm saying? So it's certain things that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's certain things that, okay, for example, it's good for you to rise above the system. You know what I'm saying? I did. I bought myself up out of poverty. I did. I did. Okay. But it's a difference between doing that and making it and getting something out here than sitting there in your situation and attacking the government and blaming the government when all the space and opportunity is right there. So they see you as a problem and they like, well, why don't you just you know, get smart? And if you don't, and then you say, I'm gonna light 29,000 candles on the government, and you know they'll take your 29,000 candles and shove them up your ass is what they'll do. Leave them alone. You know, that's when it's time for you to sit down and be humble. Okay, I just wouldn't do it. So that's why, you know, when I get my coven together, I need to know where everybody's head is. That's one of the questions I'm asking. Is this person sane? Or are they gonna, you know, because you know, I've made the mistake of getting involved with people that were attacking the government, and they ain't attacking them no more. They said, let me sit down somewhere because you know, this is bad. You know what I'm saying? You get to getting them head rushes and shit. You know, and so a lot of you, depending on your relationship with the United States, you know what I'm saying? You was born with them curses on you. You know, because something didn't happen, something didn't transpire, you know, in your generation to get you up out of that. And so that's why you at war. But you at war, you're fighting a useless battle against them. And you can't sit up here and say somebody else is making me lose that war. No, they have witches. They have witches. There's a difference between being a witch and having good sense versus being a witch that done lost your mind. Okay, because they got witches that, you know, they stay on point. Their goal is to protect this country. Okay, their goal is to protect this country. You know, and it, you know, it just it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you know, and you know, this information is helpful. It's going to be helpful to certain people. Okay, is that, you know, and that's how stuff get to happening. You, and a lot of the time, shit, you know, if you like for example, I was talking to y'all about coven, you know, fighting against covens and stuff. You know, that's easy. That's like child's play. I'm talking about the regular schmegular. You know, I'm not saying that witches are not special. They're not magnificent. They're not, I said magnificent. Not saying that y'all not special and y'all don't have gifts or whatever, but shit, you know, them witches that work for the government, man, you know, and what you gonna do? You gonna force them to tell, they don't have to tell you nothing. They don't have to tell you nothing. They like, we're here to protect thee. That's what, you know what I'm saying? And so if you a witch that's facing a coven, I mean, like I said, you know, that's so easy, you know, that, You know, you can, I mean, that's so easy. But when you dealing with them top, like I'm talking about these witches, they are so powerful that you can't block their attacks. You can't. And I'm talking about the US government is what I'm talking about. I mean, you may be able to block out a certain percentage of it, but you know, you become a problem. You know, can you imagine? Can you imagine all of the? Now, I have never ever tried to curse our government. I haven't. I've never tried. You know, that's something that somebody would do if you know maybe they felt like you know they wasn't getting what they wanted out of them. I've never done that personally. You know, can you imagine the kickback on that? The damn backlash, the fucking you know, it will backfire on you because the government gonna look at you and say, well, shit, do what you got to do. I mean, that's real talk right there. Like this ain't this is real talk. So, you know, there are a few people that do want to be in my coven, but don't go nuts like that. You know what I'm saying? Like don't, because they do have witches, and it's not to say that we all in chains, because I don't wake up on any day of the week feeling like I'm in chains. I don't, but I just know that, you know, a lot of people kind of really don't understand, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like what I'm saying or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it is what it is. You know, leave them people alone. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to light candles, a damn candle on the government. Literally, they have millions. Like I'm talking about you up against people that have the most powerful spiritual gifts. I was looking at oh man, I gotta find that doc. I'm gonna find it and share it in my documentary, in my community tab. There was this one lady that, and I cannot remember her name. I'm gonna share it because it's actually, I believe it's a free movie. It's free with ads on YouTube, and they're talking about this lady that like uh if they were doing some kind of research, it was a research place that was, you know, they were researching people with spiritual gifts, okay, that were spiritually gifted. And, you know, they had researched a lot of different people. You know, they had found a bunch of people that could literally move objects with their mind, okay. Now, this is supposed to, allegedly, this is, I think it's based in a true story. But the movie itself was fiction, but it was based on a true story. This lady that they had in that facility researching, and the government took over after they realized that she had these spiritual gifts. The government took over the whole damn operation, and of course, they made it look like in the movie that the government was stupid, and they. You think that that lady, what they had one of their top notch. This person was like God. Walked up in there, literally got literally on 1,000 God powers and subdued this lady. And they recruited her. I believe they recruited that lady. Because that lady, like, she would sit there and literally like the walls would get to shaking and shit. Like she just was throwing folks up against the wall. Child, let me tell you something. You better recognize, okay, that they watching you. And so a lot of the people that have those very powerful spiritual gifts, there's a high priestess that oversees all of those people, that is far more powerful than they are, and they have some pretty you know, high level of powers that can really cause a lot of destruction. And she oversees them. It's a woman. She's overseeing all of these people. And you know, but those people are still alive. They live in houses. They, you know, they do have money. They're not on youtube.com. because they could do possibly a lot of damage. Okay. So, and they work for the government. Yeah. Do I believe that the US government wants to have a bunch of mayhem and chaos? Not as much as it is. Maybe every now and then they may shake shit up a little bit, but not all the time. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that. So, a lot of people believe, oh, the government, they doing this, they do. Man, look at that versus the people that are right now out on the golf course. They ain't got nothing, they ain't got nothing going on. And then here you are, you know what I'm saying? You doing all this stuff and the people around you. This is one of the reasons why it's certain folk on here, I will not watch their channel. Hell to the no. No. All that damn chaos and destruction. And that's bad when you've been cursed by the government. That's like the ultimate curse. Okay, and they all different races. The cover they got like a rainbow tribe. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no black and white. It's none of that. None of that even matters. If you spiritually gifted and you got that, you got them powers. Who wouldn't? If the government walked up to me and said, Jamila, which because all of us at one point, we're only using maybe 5% of our brains at any point. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if you own 100 and it ain't nothing the government can do about it, right? So they might offer you a deal and say, hey, I'll give you this deal. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't that. You not the chosen one. You somebody that's running around here lighting a damn candle, trying to do some kind of shit. They not gonna have it. So you know what? When I erect my covenant and everything, you know what I'm saying? The main thing is gonna be all about wellness and wealth and you know what I'm saying? Just getting what you want. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about bowing down, like, oh, you bowing down to the government. Like, I guess, yeah. Yeah, I'm bowing down to the government. Yeah. What the fuck else are you gonna do? I ain't bowing down to, just some random person. That's why I'm kind of glad that they weren't able to actually create anarchy, because the anarchy would literally, if people had no fear of being jailed, they would just do it. It would be a friggin' war zone. You know what I'm saying? It would be a friggin' war zone. Okay. And so let's talk about the police, which is a certain sector of the government, right? I believe they're federally funded as well. You got to understand that these people are out there literally dealing with people with the worst curses and bad spirits on them. And it's manifesting as either mental illness or violence or crime and shit. And they out there fighting and stuff. So that's why I give a lot of support to them, seriously, because, hell, I don't want to be no police officer. Let them do it. They deal with a lot. They deal with a lot that you ain't dealing with. You sitting at home watching stuff on TV, getting all these ideas in your head and all these damn conspiracy theories. And then now you going to throw some shit, when in reality, you can make it better by taking care of your community. And you know what I'm saying? Like on some really serious stuff, so y'all be careful out there, man. All of my coven members that are in here, my pre-coven, because y'all like pre-ordained, you know what I'm saying? We are supported by that. And it's not monetarily. It's not necessarily that we're monetarily supported by the government, but you know what I'm saying? It's not even necessarily that. It's just that we not on the bad side. You get on the government's bad side, and you're gonna have some problems because you don't have access or control over them damn nukes. They provide certain rules to where you can, grow your own vegetables and shit like that. Some people even can buy property with an orange tree or an apple tree. You can, they that, but when you're literally like they like, hey, listen, you know, you know, we will thrash you. Government will thrash you spiritually. So don't think that what I want, and I believe what they want people to know is that they have their spirit team too. And quit thinking that other people, I got this fight with the government or the police or something, and this person is stopping me. No, the government is stopping you. They got witches set into place, and you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'm gonna tell y'all something. Some sectors of the government, they protect certain citizens too. And it's not that they protecting them because they dirty. They protecting them because they provide a preservation of this, beautiful land that we live on. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to preserve all of this. That's one of the reasons why you can't just go out and you'll be placed under fire. If you go out and just start shooting at the wildlife. Some of these animals crawling around here got more rights than you as a human being, because they want to preserve this stuff and they want to preserve you. But if you become a problem, one thing about the government is that they want to preserve nature, because nature is what empowers us. They know not to cut down too many trees. They already know that, because if they cut down too many trees, we won't have oxygen. The trees provide oxygen, so they already know that. It all works together in the ecosystem. Okay. So these are things that they already know. They got archaeologists, they got environmental protection specialists and shit. You know what I'm saying? Leave them people alone, man. Leave them people alone. Now, I know that there's some people, like, when you see, because when they get ready for the election, I've been seeing a lot of stuff about Governor Warnock. He's a governor. You know what I'm saying? Right? He's the governor, the governor of I believe Georgia. And a lot of people don't agree with what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not talking about Governor Warnock, even though his last names resembles Warlock. Warlock. Wow. Okay. Okay. Now that's different, but we talking about the president of the president. Who's the president's boss? Who's his boss? We talking about, and we talking about Congress too. Why you always see a black woman too in Congress? She be like, oh, now listen here. It's always a black woman that's on in Congress. Y'all notice that? See what I'm saying? So like when I get my coven together, we gonna be the smartest witches and they want us, because they want us to it's not the government that doesn't want you to experience the healing powers of crystals and herbs. That's not them. Why would you think that that's the government? Right, Ziana? Why would you think that's not the government that's doing that? That's something else. Okay, so they want things to be more. This is one of the reasons why a lot of the times, and see, I'm always be, who I am with my title as a witch, but they're slowly working it in, and they're going to incorporate it. Okay, they're going to incorporate this. They're going to combine it. They're going to merge it. All of it, as far as like, to where, the doctors and the nurses and stuff, they still gonna have their jobs, but then again, it's gonna be the naturopath doctors. And and some of them make mistakes just like it, because I read a story about a naturopath doctor that injected castor oil, some kind of derivative of castor oil, into a patient's bloodstream. Like, why in the hell would you put castor oil in somebody's bloodstream? Like you must have been under possession of the something. That's why you can't, if it's something, don't ever let nobody inject castor oil in your bloodstream. Don't do that, okay? But and she had a reaction to it and died. But you know right, 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 exactly. So if you done did something to the government and you running around here like a chicken with your damn head cut off, mm-mm, they got witches too. And believe it or not, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much done with my discussion. Right. Right, exactly. Yeah, I don't know why that man did that, because I was doing some research on castor oil packs, and people in the comment section was like, "Well, castor oil ain't harmful. If you inject it in your damn veins with an IV, with like, what is that?" And so, because I was talking about the castor oil packs the other day, and I haven't done one in a while. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It made me kind of think like, hmm, things that make you go, hmm. But you know, I know that when we were growing up, my grandmother, my great grandmother, she would, if our stomach was hurting or whatever, she would give us a tablespoon of cash. She called it castora. She would give us a tablespoon of that, and it'll move all that stuff out. Uh, but obviously, if you inject it directly into the veins, you're not gonna have a good experience with that. Okay, you could live, but obviously, But so castor oil itself is not harmful. We use that in beauty products, and there's some people that use it in their, you can use it on wounds and cuts too, I believe. You know what I'm saying? It'll draw out infection and stuff. Yeah, you don't put that, you don't inject. I don't know why that must that was weird. That was weird that he did that to that lady. Yeah. Mm-mm. So, and they do watch certain witches. They do, because they do know about you. Yeah. And if they see you doing too much stuff to the, it'll be them. A lot of you witches that are having issues with folk that just is like they, I don't know if they think they God and they not even close to it. Um, mm, mm, mm. Trust me, them witches out there that got them spiritual gifts, they are well taken care of, and they know about you. But if you somebody that's just out here just yeah, like they doing too much, you know what I'm saying? And the hierarchy, you know, they'll be on the attack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know, when I came into my spiritual powers, like when, and this was, far before I came to YouTube and call myself joining the spiritual community on YouTube. I had it in my mind that I was going to heal myself, my family, and manifest the things that that I wanted and needed in this life. Never once did I say to myself, I'm going to become a witch to go at war with the world. Like that was the furthest thing from my mind. If you going it does, but there's some people that just have that destructive streak to them. I'm about to put my cauldron on, y'all. I ain't did my brews and my cauldron in a while. Okay, so that it is what it is. Okay, the hell, wow, how the hell did that happen? That's interesting. I just wouldn't do it. It just don't seem like it would be worth it. I'd say that that's a way to destruct, and I can see that destruction coming to people. The certain people that do that. Okay, and talk about having your powers binded. Shit, they that they. Running around here, a damn piece of furniture. Shit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you can't get caught up in. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but it's certain things that you kind of want to stay away from. Okay, and ain't nobody standing in the middle of that, whatever. I'm just saying, I'm talking to my people right now. I'm talking to my people. Okay, right now, as far as, because I'm getting it together. Okay, I'm getting my coven erected. Okay, and we ain't, we just not gonna be doing things like that, not ever. Not ever, and we'll live very good lives. We'll live very good lives. Okay, very good. Without all that anger and where's that coming from? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And here's another thing I want to tell y'all. See, we was talking about Lucifer the other day, right? You don't have to work with Lucifer. I respect everybody's spiritual rights to choose. But this is one of the reasons why I don't get involved with the church. Because the church is always, I'm going to destroy Lucifer. I'm going to destroy Satan. You are? That's why I don't get involved. Like, really? And as soon as they start saying that Lucifer shows his power, and then they say it's the witch's fault that Lucifer destroyed me. No, baby, no. So that's why I don't get involved. Like I feel that if you want to go to church and Jesus and all of that stuff, and hey, do what you got to do. But listen, I don't want that. That's just like joining a church and all they, you walk into the church and they'll say, we gonna destroy the devil and the Lucifer and the Satan, and we're gonna destroy it. I'm gonna walk right back out of there because Satan is sitting right in the damn church too, and he's like, I'm sitting right here, and you talking about me? And they'll say, yeah, Lucifer, Satan, you're horrible, you're disgusting, and he'll say, they talked about Jesus too. That's why I don't get involved with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep the community safe. Okay. Leave the man downstairs and upstairs alone. Leave that man alone. I'm sorry, man. No. No, like leave that alone. Like you don't want Lucifer to be your enemy. Like it ain't the problem with y'all worshiping Jesus. There's literally nothing wrong with that. But it's when you decide I'm gonna personally make an enemy out of Satan, like you are. I don't think I think I'm gonna rescind my rejoin my jointification of this establishment. I'm gonna write a long letter. I'm gonna put in my notice of resignation from this organization. They'll be like, why? I you know, and it just is so funny. You know, it really is. So that's why I don't do that. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with now? I think to me that would make joining a church. Hey, Shamika Jackson, that would make joining a church kind of dangerous, you know. And some of y'all be church hopping, like I'm leaving this church because this church is, and you just keep going from church to church, and they all making the same mistake, you know. You supposed to be, you know, and I know that the Bible speaks against, you know, Satan, the adversary, the Lucifer, the adversary. You know, I get that, but it's just something about that that just like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna walk away from that. You know, I'm gonna go home and watch some Family Guy, some shit. It just okay, call me crazy, but whatever. Okay, I ain't about to sit up here and fight with that, end up broke and poor and struggling and mad and angry. No, thank you. I'm just, and Pastor be like, listen, I need a new Cadillac. So y'all got to come on here and it's like, no, 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 no. I wonder how many of those pastors of them churches, when they done with the sermon, they go back in their office and they say, you know what, I'm just kidding. Oh, dark one, I'm just kidding with you. I'm just talking shit to them. Hey, hell Lucifer. They go in their offices and say, praise Lucifer. Please don't do nothing to me and my family. And then everybody in the congregation be having problems and shit all the damn time. That's why I don't do it. And you know, it ain't about being bad or being rebellious, because I'm not rebellious. I'm just being an adult. But it's about keeping it all the way real. Okay. It's about keeping it all the way real. So, you know, yeah. It's not that you know, it just, it ain't about, you know, I mean, because when you know, that's what, and I don't have people in my house, like people that visit, they'll come in your house and they'll invoke evil demon Lucifer, and they'll say, get out of here, Satan, you're an adversary. And I'm like, you get out because you starting shit. Like, no, thank you. Don't do it. No, no, they'll come in your house and speak Satan into your house as an adversary. No, thank you. I don't want Satan to be my adversary. No, thank you. Okay, Satan is just doing his job. Leave Satan alone. Oh Lord. And so yeah, a little bit of, you know, religious debatable humor there. Oh God. They're probably like, I wish that she would die. Well, I'm not. Oh Lord. But don't it make sense though? People come in my house and we talking about, you know, making some food and we talking about the pagan gods and stuff, or just a little, don't come in my house with no religious debates and stuff. Don't do it. Okay, don't come in my house, with all of that. Oh Lord. Anyway, y'all, I'm still here. I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Okay. Y'all have a good one. I look all blank and plain because I ain't got my makeup on and stuff. Y'all have a good day. Have a happy Sunday. Okay. Okay. And I will catch y'all at a later time. If you enjoyed this discussion, if it made sense to you, make sure that you hit that thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe. And I will be catching y'all later. Okay. Oh, another thing, shameless plug. You're welcome, Shamika. We have a full moon right now. Okay, right now we have a full moon, and we have an eclipse. We have another eclipse. The blood moon is coming up. Uh, Somewhere between the seventh and the 8th. I'll get the exact time. We are doing a group ritual for that. Um, and maybe I'll come back and talk about that under a separate live, talk to y'all about the group ritual that we'll be doing. In fact, in a few minutes, I'll come back and I'll talk about that. I know it's kind of short notice on that, but it snuck up on me. I was like, ooh, another eclipse. And y'all know I love my eclipses, okay? And so, I'll be back to talk about that in a few here. Give me something to eat. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Blessed be.